8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to yet another informative, exciting, and inspiring episode of LAJA TV. We are on April 1st, 2021, and no, this is not a joke, but we have very interesting and inspiring stories coming up today. Before before we start all of that, let me introduce you to LAJA. For those of you who have been following us from day one, thank you so much. Thank you, Dilse, as our founder says. But for those of you who are new to us, let me tell you about LAJA. LAJA is India's first forum that gives women a non-judgmental space to be themselves. This is a place where women can come, talk about themselves, share their stories with us. They can update themselves, their skills and their hobbies. They can upgrade themselves. They can be inspired by the numerous inspiring women achievers in the group and outside as well. And as these women grow, we want them to also inspire others to be just like them. So yes, this is all that LAJA does. We have chapters in Mumbai, Ahmedabad, Pune, Delhi, Hyderabad, and we are aiming to reach out to more women across the country and even abroad, God willing. I am your hostess, Vandana Joshil. I'm the managing director of LAJA TV, and this is what gives me so much joy to be talking about and to be sharing stories and news about women achievers from across the world. Any given day, you open the newspaper or you listen, switch on the TV channels, you are bombarded with news and uh, news about women being attacked or women being put down, let down. So this space, this LAJA TV is the space where we will talk about all those women achievers. We will honor all those women achievers and we will celebrate the women among us. So let me start off with this month. April is very exciting for us, and for those of you, like I said, who have been following LAJA, you do know that we just announced the much coveted mini Tattva, and this time we are calling it Tattva Matrutta, an ode to parenthood. This event is on the 15th and 16th of May. Yes, 2 days of serious talks, discussions, debates, and awards. The awards are for those wonderful women and men who have done an exceptionally brilliant job as a nurturer, caretaker, mentor, teacher, and parent. So this so come on, come all, nominate yourself, nominate your spouse, or your friend, or your mom, or your dad, anyone who you think has done a brilliant job as a parent, as a nurturer, as somebody who looks after children. And the reason why we are, even though we have called it Matrutva, we are honoring even single dads. We are honoring dads who have managed the house and the children when their wives have had to go out and work. And this, I mean, parenting is not just about a mother, it also includes a father. So please do follow us. Do go to the event page Tattva Matrutva, which is on Facebook, and nominate now. It's a very nominal fee, and we promise you that we will honor all those wonderful people you know. Moving on, or going back, the Holy Special cooking contest at LAJA was amazing and filled with mouth-watering and eye-catching dishes. And I must say that we were all drooling over all the pictures that were put up. We will be announcing the winners shortly, so stay tuned again. In April, we have one more knowledge-packed discussion in this culinary segment. Yes, you heard it right. We have someone special coming to LAJA to talk about edible experiments. Yes, edible experiments, kitchen chemistry, the science behind food, spices, the mixes, and more. So don't forget to stay tuned to the LAJA page for more details. Coming to news of women influencers from across the world. 2020 brought us COVID-19, and with it the pandemic, and with it a new fashion statement, the mask. Yes, engaging women in mask making paid off for Telangana IAS officer Hari Chandana Dasari, and for this she bagged the Social Impact Award by the British Council. At a time when the economy was staggering under the weight of the pandemic, Narayanpet collector and district magistrate Hari Chandana Dasari saw a business opportunity and engaged 4,000 women in a mask making endeavor. In just a year's time, the enterprise made a profit of rupees 50 lakh. Narayanpet district, as you must know, is dominated by traditional handloom weavers. And these people, these weavers were left without work and a dead stock because nobody was ordering, there were no exports, nobody was shopping. Well, not shopping in the literal sense. In this depressing scenario, Hari Chandana wanted to engage them in a project that would benefit them and the handloom industry, making handloom masks seem like the right thing to do. How amazing is that? Going forth, storytelling is fun and is exciting and has also won Manavatira Yashmi Dakama, a ninth standard student, the UN storytelling competition. So why am I sharing her story? Because whether you're old or young or just a child, you have the potential in you to make a difference. So let's listen to what Yashami has done. Yashami has been selected for the UN Ocean Decade Summit to be hosted in Hawaii soon. Imagine that. The earth is already in a bad state and it will be inherited by us tomorrow, says Yashami. We want to breathe the same pristine air that our grandparents breathed. And she earned this opportunity after her documentary on the theme Water is Sacred won the H2021 Water Summit Storytelling Contest in the age group of 13 to 17. A native of Nelaji village in Kuduku, Yashami is currently pursuing her studies in Acharya Vidyakula in Mysore. During the lockdown, when the world took the virtual path, Yashami was introduced to the UN Ocean Decade Summit and she took part in the programs conducted by this initiative. She learned from speakers from across the globe and then she realized that Earth was really in danger. So, when she was introduced to the H2021 Water Summit, she wanted to do something. She visited Kodagu and took some beautiful shots of the river with the Kodava song playing in the background of the video, and she highlighted the sorry state of the river today, which has become a victim of pollution. The video then moves on to highlight the efforts of the youngsters in reviving the river and ends with a strong message. Let's heal her, River Kaveri, and not fix her. How amazing is that? I think each one of us has in our capacity to make a difference, even if it is a small one. We have to make, at least try to make a difference to the world, to the people around us. Start small, start with the people who live around you, start with your society, start with your locality, but start and teach your children the same because they are our future. All right, going forth, because I have two guests with us, I'll be cutting short on the news a little bit, and I have the honor of introducing two amazing women who are wanderlust and love to travel. Let's first invite Dr. Yatri Thacker. I hope I got her name right. Dr. Yatri is a homeopathic wellness physician, stress counselor, and pregnancy to parenting expert. She is the founder of Baby and Me programs and homeopathic healing center practicing in Mumbai since 18 years. In mid-Feb 2021, she, along with her family, set out for a trek and reached the summit of Kedar Kanta, a snow trek of 12,500 feet high, one of the Himalayan peak mountains in Uttarakshi. Dr. Yatri, can we have you? Yes. Okay. Yes. Hello, Dr. Yatri. Please welcome to LAJA TV's April 1st episode.
Thanks for having me over. Thanks
Our
a ton.
pleasure. Joining her is Moushmi Kapadia. Moushmi is a certified Zumba trainer. She has worked as a web and graphic designer in Mumbai and Bombay. Mumbai and Delhi. I'm so sorry. To restart her career, she started her own venture, Just Kidding Party Supplies. She's also learned photography and professionally clicks under the brand My Passion Clicks. She bought her first bike, a Yamaha, in May 2013 at the age of 35 and upgraded to a BMW in September 2018 on her 40th birthday. Apart from the short ride around Mumbai, she's done a few long rides, including Leh, Ladakh, Spiti, and Uttarakhand. And recently, she did her longest solo ride, Mumbai, Delhi, Himachal, and back. How amazing is that? Welcome, Moushmi. Welcome, Dr. Yatri. Such a pleasure to see you both over
Thank you
here.
so much.
Great. So
Pleasure.
let
Thank you
us
so much.
not waste any more time and let's start with you, Moushmi. Biking has always been a big pull for men and women alike, but not many women actually get on and ride by themselves. You have. How does it feel?
Happy. That would be the one word I'll sum it up into. I didn't venture out to be different or, to be the odd one out or to do something. I just ventured out to fulfill a dream of riding a bike, which I wanted to since I was a child. And I just ventured out doing that. I was just being me. So, the happiest part, the happiest thing you can do is be yourself. So, makes me happy.
Absolutely. That is what I think the biggest takeaway that our women need to do, from here is being me, be yourself, enjoy the one life that you've got. And, people normally talk about you die just once. I think you live just once. So live it
Exactly.
to the fullest. Yeah, absolutely. Yatri, what inspired you to head to Kedarkantha? Was it a spiritual journey or was it for adventure? What was it?
So I've always been an adventurous person, and more than that, I love connecting to nature because nature actually teaches us a lot. It teaches you to ground, it teaches you to be humble, and yet there is abundance. So which is what I explore every time I go in nature. But there was one block in me all the time, and when I see my patients, I'm always motivating. They have their own issues, and I said, what is it that I want to change? And the thing was, I had a big thought of going in snow, especially a snow trek.
Okay.
And I said, how can I overcome it? And I literally took this challenge. And the best thing was my kids were my inspiration. Both my
Wow.
kids came with me. It was their first trek, and I wanted to also make them explore the other side of life.
Lovely, lovely. That is so amazing that you're speaking about, facing your challenge head on, facing your fears head on. And that again is something that our women need to do, face your fears. Unless you face your fears, you will never be able to, that dar ke aage jeet hai, that jeet has to happen. If that has to happen, you have to face your fears head on. Lovely. That was a lovely takeaway. Mosami is, you know, is biking and riding out alone a message to patriarchy?
Well, patriarchy is a 5,000-year-old system. Uh, Overthrowing it is a big step, I think. But yes, every time I stand up for myself, I stand up for each woman out there. So it's like one step at a time. I think we are giving a strong message to the patriarchy there. So let's do it one step at a time, each one of us, and we'll reach there.
Absolutely. I want to direct another question at you. How have the men folk in the family reacted to your, this adrenal junkie kind of spirit?
Um, See, there are different set of people. I wouldn't say men or women. I wouldn't want to categorize them like that. But there are different set of people who react in a different way. There are some who feel proud about it. There are some women who look at me. I mean, I have so many friends, who meet me and they tell me that, wow, Moushmi, it feels so good to see you do all this. It makes us feel so proud. And then there are some who are like, you're so lucky you can do this. So one thing I would like to tell here is it's not luck. Okay, it's not luck. It's something you have to work towards. If it's your passion, if you want to pursue it, you will have to work towards it. Your dreams won't work until you do.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So you get different reactions. Sometimes there are men out there who feel a little insecure, when especially when a lady on the bike overtakes them.
Ah,
Yeah, their ego gets hurt a little. But we are not there out there to raise or fix anyone's ego. We are there to do what drives us, what drives our passion. We do there. Everyone takes care of themselves.
lovely, lovely. Yeah, okay, Dr. Yatri is here. That was so about men's ego getting hurt when you overtake them. That happens even on the streets of Mumbai. I mean, I'm not a biker. I ride a simple Activa, but I know that if you do tend to overtake a man, the first thing you hear is a race because they know they're trying to catch up with you and go ahead. So do what you want to do. Do the live your life.
You
way
won't
you
believe,
want to.
Twanna, today only when I was, coming back, I got my bike serviced and I was coming back and there was this fellow who was riding the bike and he was sitting on the bike, I said, haath rakhe, and he was aram se riding. And I was in a hurry. I wanted to reach back home. So and all of a sudden, the moment he saw me, he was like, "Arey, boom, boom, boom." And I was like, "Boss, you won the race. Please go ahead. I have many things in life to do than to race with you. It's all right."
Absolutely, absolutely. Dr. Yatri, since you're a doctor and we want to talk about health also when we talk to you. So what is the level of fitness that we are talking about here for a trip, the kind of trip that you have done? What are the precautions that need to be taken before we head out on such a trip? If there are women out there who actually want to go there. I mean, we do see senior citizens also making trips like this. And, going up, there is that adrenal rush and karna hi hai karke they go. But then by the time they're ready to come back, there's something or the other which is not working right or damaged, or the experience has to be a fun experience. So what is the level of fitness we are talking about, and what are the precautions that need to be taken?
Yes, there is some level of fitness required, especially for these kind of treks, especially for snow treks. But I think the first step is your mental attitude. The mental attitude has to be positive. It has to be, okay, I can achieve it. What can I do, differently about my body, or how can I keep myself fit to reach there? So the first is your mind has to be really, strong enough or positive to do something out of the box. That's the area when Moushmi was trying to say, but out of the box is what adventure is all about. Then comes the preparation. And once you're focused to do something, one needs to be committed to a certain kind of physical routine. So this snow trek which I went was not on a very high altitude. And I chose this because my children were coming with me. And my son is 11. He was the youngest amongst all. And my daughter is 13. And before I left, there were some people who actually called me and said, "Doc, are you sure you're taking your children? Because out of those people, we have done the trek. We have never seen children do this trek." And I said, no, let's do it. So, but because this was just, I would say, medium, a kind of trek, yet for about a month, we had a certain, target to complete. So about 5 kilometers we had to run, certain, like by the end of just before the trek, we should have been able to do about 20 floors up and down. Especially if you're going for a trek, you need to wear your trekking shoes and get prepared because it's pretty heavy. So that's about 3-4 kgs of weight in your leg, plus you wear other gaiters, and you wear your spikes so that you don't fall. So another total weight would be about 6 kgs in your leg, and you have to prep before you start. Also the food matters. A balanced diet, nutritious diet, which would be high on proteins, less on carbs, and good fat, which will make your body quite strong enough. Hydrate yourself well, and preparation wise also the right kind of packing and stuff that you need when you go for a trek, because over there is no electricity, there are no contacts, your phone doesn't work, and you're just by yourself, and you have to have certain fixed amount of weight that you can carry, and in that much you have to be prepared for that trek. Absolutely. So I would say mental, physical, emotional, all three kind of fitness goes in it.
Yeah, Wow.
I want to also add, especially for treks, one needs to be conscious of the AMS, that is the mountain sickness, altitude mountain sickness that one can go through. And for that, people, again, if you take too many time off, there are certain medicines which you take for altitude sickness, but some people get anxious then begin before the trek. So
Okay.
for those people, I would suggest just go slow because it has a lot of side effects. You can have dehydration and stuff. If you have mountain sickness only, then take it. There was a homeopathy kit that we also have, and I gave to everybody on my trek, which really helped for altitude mountain sickness, for like a multivit. So yeah, be prepared in every ways before you go for a trek.
That's nice. That's informative. Moushmi, you were talking about how the male ego gets affected. So how safe is it for women really out there?
Safe. When you were introducing LAJA, you said that the moment we switch on the TV, we hear news about women being attacked, women robbed, women this, women that. Have you ever heard that a woman traveled safely from one place to another? She enjoyed, she did this. No.
Not really.
So yeah, exactly. So it happens. It happens. It's like out of say 100 cases, probably 2, 3, 5, maybe something has happened. But most of the cases, it's a very, very safe place out there. Okay, and I don't buy this idea of women need to be protected. The confidence in our ability to protect ourselves empowers us to live with less
Yes.
fear and more freedom. I that's my mantra. I don't need to be protected. I can take care of myself. I can protect myself because it's not a big bad world out there. It's not. But the media only shows that, so we only
Yes.
know that much.
Yes, exactly. You said I can protect myself, and I've got goosebumps because that is exactly what we've been talking about. They talk about self-help being the best help, and I think that applies in all walks of life. So when you do have to step out late in the night for work, or you do have to step out late in the night for an emergency or something, understand that you have the confidence to defend yourself. Understand, believe that the world is not filled with bad people. There are good people
Yes.
also over there, but
Absolutely.
most importantly, believe in yourself and your ability to look after yourself, look confident, and look straight ahead. I think that is something that all the women who are listening to us and now and who are going to listen to us afterwards should remember. Gone are the times where where our parents used to tell us niche dekh ke chalo, don't look up. I think we have to stop doing that and start looking straight ahead, and then only we'll be able to see the right path to go in the right direction.
Exactly.
So true, so true. Yatri, would you want to do this again, and would you want to do it solo?
Definitely, I would want to do it again. I would want to do it solo too, and with my kids too. It was a lot of fun doing it together. Yeah, I would want to tell people out there that if you're looking for happiness in your life, if that is your goal, then make adventure a priority. So
Yes.
that will bring in that happiness in your life.
Absolutely, absolutely. I think Yatri, you're being called away, but I think you should attend to that before people panic. Mostly, I'll come to you with the next question. How do you manage critical situations or breakdowns that happen en route? If you're in the wilderness and there's no mechanic close by, or if you have you ever faced such a situation? And if you have, what do you do? How do you manage?
Well, no, I'll relate this to a normal life situation. For example, what happens if we are out there, I'm just walking on the road and I sprain my leg? I won't have a doctor next door. Okay,
True.
so the first thing I'll do is seek help. The second thing that I'll do is I will keep some knowledge about what I'm doing. Like for biking, when we go out on the bikes, we carry some basic parts with us. अगर उसका clutch wire हुआ, puncture kit हुआ, we learn some basic mechanism of the bike. Keep some small problem we can rectify it ourselves. जैसे like I said, चलते चलते sprain हो गया तो आपको पता है थोड़ा strain करना है, stretch करना है, पाटा बांधना है, whatever. And अगर कोई major problem हुआ, okay, God forbid, say accident हो गया, and total breakdown हो गया, so there are facilities like RSA, it's roadside assistance. For every bike out there in the market, you have roadside assistance. All you need to do is take roadside assistance. If you are going to a place which is, in the wilderness out there, you don't know whether there'll be mechanics or not. Like I have, recently started doing all the solo trips. So I have taken roadside assistance for my bike. If something happens to my bike, I just call, they'll come, I send a mechanic on site agar ho sakta hai, so they'll do that. If not, they'll take it to the service station. So it's I know it is a big thought in everyone's mind कि अरे अकेले travel कर रहे हैं, bike को कुछ हो गया तो क्या होगा. So जैसे हर problem का solution होता है, इसका भी solution है. Problems है तो solution भी है. So you just need to identify the solution rather than problem को identify करना.
Absolutely, it's about being prepared in advance. I think I'll give a very simple correlation. Like when women are cooking, and I'm using the analogy of cooking because that is something that most of us have done. So when we are cooking, we have all our ingredients ready at hand before we actually start the process of cooking. So I think before you set out to do anything, have your things ready in place, your mind ready, and then I think the journey would be fun. And
yeah, so it's like, hope for the best but prepare for the worst.
Absolutely.
I want to add a little bit more. Yes. Why not create a cooking recipe out of the box, something very different rather than what you're used to? Yes. Only then you get the kick of the adventure, or find or learn your own personal experiences going out of the box.
Absolutely. And I believe, talking to you both and seeing the kind of vibe that I'm getting from you both, I think every experience has made you richer in experience, and has matured you as an individual yourself.
Travel and adventure does that.
Yeah. Yatri, you are a wife, a mother, a doctor, and have any of these roles ever stopped you from doing what you wanted to do?
No, really not. I'm really grateful to my family members, my well-wishers, my friends for always being a support. So nothing has really stopped me. Maybe that's how I've been grown as a, like my dad. I have two brothers, and he always said, I have three sons. Like, that's how he's raised. Again, it's nothing, as Moushmi clearly said, that there is nothing about gender. It's just how you perceive it and how you want to achieve it.
Absolutely. So I think going forward, what really needs to sink into everybody's minds is that as parents, we have the potential of opening the world up for our children, and that can only happen if you're going to treat them on par, to their caliber and to their potential. I think only then we will be able to change this narrative of ladka hai, ladki hai, and all of that. Absolutely. Moushmi, now coming to you, and the most important question that I should have started off with, riding to the top of the country, how did that happen? And what suddenly, what ticked you, said, chalo, I'm going to do a solo? How did you come up with that?
Well, when I bought the bike, that was not on my mind, frankly. But as soon as you become a biker, Leh Ladakh become your Makkah and Medina.
Yes.
So yeah, you want to go there once in your lifetime, and drive to Khardungla, the highest motorable road in the world, and it gives you that thrill. I mean, 18,000 feet pe bike ride karke jana, that thought itself is so pumping, so adventurous. So, and you won't believe that was my first trip, first major trip after I bought the bike. So I just went out there. I didn't have any experience, any major experience of long distance riding, but it's like, if the one with big dreams is way more powerful than the one with all the facts. I didn't have any facts. I didn't have any riding experience. I didn't have कितना लंबा रास्ता है, कितना difficult रास्ता है, nothing. I just had that dream of I want to ride to Khardungla, and that helped me do it.
Wow. So that dream, that passion, and like you said, for any biker out there, Mecca Medina, I mean,
Yes.
that is the Mecca Medina for any biker.
Yes.
So true. This has been a very, very insightful conversation. And before we end this interactive discussion with both of you, I want both of you to give one word, not word, of course, we can't curtail ourselves to a word. Leave our women with something inspiring. So, Moushmi, we start with you. An advice that you think our women should follow.
I would just like to tell all the women out there, there will be obstacles, there will be doubters, there will be mistakes, but if you are determined, there are no limits to you. So don't wish, go do it.
Awesome. Yatri?
I would say if you have a dream, you can chase that dream and you can actually make it true in your life. So go for your dreams.
Awesome. Thank you so much. You both have been wonderful guests. And I know that I'm inspired, and I'm sure that all the other women listening to us have been inspired as well. We have a small token of appreciation, which I will email to you at the end of the session. But thank you so much to both of you. And we hope that you keep riding, you keep trekking, and have fun doing whatever you do. Thank you so much to both of you.
Thank you.
Thank you for having
Thank you for
us.
having us. Thank you so much.
Pleasure's all
Bye-bye.
ours. Bye-bye. Take care.
Bye.
And so, women, you listen to two amazing women who have shared what an adrenal rush that was when they, walked right up to the peak of, like Yatri did. She climbed to Kedar Kanta, and like Moushmi, she did the solo ride between Mumbai, Delhi, Himachal, and back. I think we need to be inspired by this and start off. Maybe trekking is a big thing for all of us, but at least शुरू तो करो, कहीं ना कहीं तो जाओ, आस पास में भी जाओ, मगर जाओ. That brings us, we have very less time, but before we end, like always, I want to spotlight a dashing, smart, and well turned out LAJA Growth Platform member. LAJA Growth Platform, for those of you who don't know, is LAJA's exclusive segment for women who want to actually go ahead and make a difference in their own lives. This is a paid membership. It's a very nominal fee, but all the women who have joined the LAJA Growth Platform have every month been trained, mentored, guided. They have gone through workshops, they have gone through training sessions, and each one of them has access to mentors who help them grow their business. So today we are going to talk about one such LAJA Growth Platform member, and that is Dina Contractor. She's an image stylist, jewelry curator. She helps people identify their personal style and grooms them to be the best version of themselves. And that is important. You do not need to be like somebody else. You do not need to ape somebody else, but you need to be better versions of your own self. She has written and shared various articles and videos on grooming, mixing clothes, styling, and more. Dina is a very helpful lady and has lovely styling advice to share. So do check out her page for styling tips. And before we end, let me remind you once again, do visit the Tattva Matritva page on Facebook and nominate yourself, your spouse, your mother, your father, or a friend who's doing a brilliant job as a parent. With that, I end today's episode of LAJA TV, and I shall see you back again on April 15th with yet another exciting collection of news, views, and opinions from across the world, and another inspiring guest who will share so many wonderful insights with us. So with that, I bid you a good evening. Take care. Take rest and be safe. The COVID second phase is back, and I think we all need to take as much precaution as possible. Wear your mask when you go out, keep sanitizing, stay safe. Good night and take care. Bye-bye.